This summer, 30 students and 13 teachers participated in St. Clair County RESA's innovative 2-week competition called Challenge for the Future. In Challenge for the Future, students worked in teams to recommend solutions to real-life problems that local businesses and organizations had not been able to solve. We now proudly present the student group's final presentations to the businesses.
I present to you team number 1, Lake Huron Medical Center.
There's something happening here.
Real quick video we made to show the very hectic lives that hospital employees have to deal with every day. We're the Lake Huron Medical Center team. My name is Brett Robinson. I'm from Marysville.
I'm Jenna Cooper. I'm from Riverview.
I'm Brooke Kunith. I'm from Memphis. Communication is a core part of the human experience.
We were given the challenge to figure out how to more effectively communicate with the busy employees of Lake Huron Medical Center. We did a lot of research. We spoke to volunteers, physicians, nurses, administrative staff, leadership, and even the executive team. We toured around the main campus, we went to off-site campuses, and we sent out a survey through email. And through all this research, we found our driving question. How can leadership provide more time and better opportunities for employees to engage in team communication through all of the generations? We realize that all generations have the access to the same technology. Through our survey, we asked the question, what age range do you fall in? And as you can tell, we got a wide variety of answers. And to follow that, we asked the question, what technology do you have access to? And 84% of the people said that they had access to smartphones. Even over half of the population that responded were over the age of 50.
Only 74 out of roughly 800 employees responded to our survey.
That led us to discover the overall lack of effective communication through Lake Huron Medical Center to employees.
The biggest side effect of poor workplace communication is that employee morale will slowly decrease till they no longer care about the company.
And this led us to our secondary issue, that off-campus sites feel excluded from the main campus. We went to North Campus and we talked to many people, and this is what they had to say.
We get forgotten about, big time. We're not included in events. I feel like our office is an afterthought.
We took all this information, all these quotes, all these statistics, and we came up with our great solutions. And we separate our solutions into 2 parts. We have our easier solutions and our more complex and more thought out solutions. Our first easier solution is to utilize the TV monitors. If you've ever actually been to the hospital, you've seen that there's TVs all over the place, and they show very important patient information. But in the house, or in the cafeteria especially, there's 2 monitors right next to each other. They say the same thing 24/7. We'd like to use one of these to have information about different upcomings of the hospital. So if you're an employee and you sit down for lunch, you can see this, you can look up and see that this is what you have going this week. Our next idea is to include the North Campus more. The North Campus is a huge building, it's got over 100 employees, but they don't always feel as included as they should be. So to increase face-to-face communication, we try to send members from the main campus over to the North Campus so they can start interacting more, start building more of a teamwork. Our next idea is to separate the email list. One person at the North Campus actually asked us why they get emails about the lunch menu at the main campus, and it just sits there cluttering up their inbox. There's no need for that. So if we separate by department and by campus, so if you're a nurse at the main campus, the emails you get pertain directly to you, and you don't get the ones that would pertain to, let's say, an administrative staff at the North Campus. So it would make people more, they'd know that checking their email will help them out more. Our last idea is to use Remind. Remind is a completely free texting software that when one person is in charge of it, they send out a text that goes to everyone set up. So if the CEO, Mrs. Smith, if she has access to this, she can send out a text and it goes to every employee that's registered. It's a quick way to get information out fast. Our next idea, which is a little more complex, is to revise The Happenings. The Happenings is a very popular newspaper. It looks like this. It's very long. There's a lot of words there. It's a lot of information. So we took it and we tried to make our own copy. This is what ours looks like. So we just did bullets, just saying like when, where, and how, makes it easier. On the side, we tried to personalize it more, so we have birthdays going down. We also have congratulations too, trying to make it more of like a family environment. And at the bottom, we have news by location. So news by location is if you work at the main campus, you look down until you find main campus, look right across, that's what you need to know, and so on and so forth with the Marysville offices and the North Campus. Our biggest and our best idea is the company's own app. So going back to our statistics, 84% of people have a smartphone and 65% of people have a tablet. Both these devices, they can get our app. So we started asking whether or not people would actually use this app if we made it available to them, and 93% of people said they would.
We discovered that 89% of smartphone usage is spent in mobile apps. The most effective way to connect and engage with your employees in today's workforce is through a branded native smartphone app. And highly engaged workforces have a 25 to 65% less turnover.
So after reading all this and all of our research, we predict that if we were to introduce an app into the environment, it would simplify employees' daily lives and make them happier employees. The features our app would have would be a calendar with events and information on it. So you can click that up, you can see you have this going Wednesday, you have this going Thursday. It just simplifies it. Our next would be to connect people to the social media, because a lot of people, they use Facebook and Twitter. So if we connect them to the company's Facebook and Twitter, they can get information that way. We also have a lunch menu, so you can start planning your week. So if you know you want to buy lunch Tuesday, or if you want to bring your own lunch Wednesday, you can start planning ahead. We also try to separate information based on location, much like we did in the happenings. We also have a link from the app to the happenings, so you can take the newsletter on the go. We also have a Bluetooth-enabled greeting when you enter a campus.
Welcome to work. Have a lovely day.
It just kind of makes it more positive, so as soon as you step in the door, you know it can be a great day today. We'd also try to personalize it more, so we would have birthdays, retirements, promotions. We try to put pictures there too, so you can start trying to connect names to faces, because we do want to make it feel like a family there. It is a big company, we want it to feel like a family. And the goal of the app is to kind of make it one channel of communication, so whatever you need to know is right on the app. Now, how we would actually implement this is the hospitals, they hire new people all the time. So we could say at orientation, if you're a new hire, you have to download the app to be a part of the staff. And to get to the people that work here, because there are a lot of employees already, we try to promote it through social media and use the TV monitors throughout the hospital. And we'd also offer a raffle. So if you show proof that you downloaded it, you put your name into a bucket and you have a chance to win some pretty cool prizes. And now the fun part, what about the cost?
What is the cost of not having good communication within a workplace? Managers who do not create the right opportunities for their employees, don't communicate with them, and don't appreciate them often find themselves dealing with a high turnover rate.
The cost of having to replace an employee is around $800. Now it kind of fluctuates depending on position, where a nurse can cost as much as $12,000, and that doesn't cover their salary, it's strictly orientation and training. Our app would only cost $20,000 on a high end. We actually talked to an app building company and they said this is the highest it would cost. So if you lose 2 nurses because of bad communication, you have to hire 2 more, you've just paid more than our app actually cost. And our app also costs $25 per employee. Now for a summary of our solutions, in about pretty quickly we could revise the happenings and get that out to the different hospitals. We also start using Remind to get information out that way. In about a month or so, we could start using the television monitors, separate the email lists. We'd also find one day where we can start involving the other campuses more. And it's a bigger idea. It should be very successful, so it will take more time, is to create and publish our own app. I want to thank you guys so much for coming out and listening to us. This really means a lot to us, and we're really glad you're here. Thank you.